So consider a body to be like a clock. Yeah. It has two sides, and consider there to be like, have you seen cows? They have horns, two sides. So our skull is said to have two sides, horns. They call us horns. The skull bones are said to have horns. Yeah. Now, if we were like cows, it would protrude out. But humans are different kinds of cows. Yeah. Because we also have cares, and they call it milk of human kindness. So there's some correlation there. Now, if we consider a body to be like a clock, and that different physiological processes function at their own time. Heart beats at its own time. The lungs expand and contract at its own time, which is different from the heartbeat's pulse. The pulse, say in our hands or in our feet, coordinate with the heartbeat, but they have a different direction. They move differently than the heart. The heart has four chambers, pulse has, well, they move through capillaries, arteries, veins. So that movement is different. Muscles, they also have a rhythm of their own. An alive muscle expands and contracts voluntarily, but there are also involuntary movements. Bones also have a certain rhythm to them. Now, this may not be very popular in knowledge, but in the biodynamic method of healthcare, um, different parts of the body, a live body, has its own rhythm. In health, they behave in a particular rhythm. In disease, their rhythm is different. Like heartbeat, when they're functioning normally, there's a certain regular love up. If there's, say, an arrhythmia, there could be fibrillations, yeah, or the rhythm goes a little off. So the rhythm is off. Different parts of the body function their own rhythm. And in health, there's a certain rhythm. In disease, there's a different rhythm. Now, having said that, our head is one part of the body. Trunk, body, from, say, shoulder to the pelvis, is another chunk, another part of the body. Then you have limbs, two arms, two legs, and then there are these things, yeah, hands and feet. They move in a different direction. We can do all of this. So the ability to move the different parts is different according to the joints. And consequent is our ability to do things. Yeah. Now, having said that, inflammation is a common factor for our human body standing upright, with head right on top, against gravity, but balanced on a slender neck and a shoulder, and the posture that's developed over time. If we move our head a little too much this way, the weight of the head increases. When we are stacking our head on the neck and the shoulder, there is less weight because the weight is balanced on the neck and on the shoulder. The more we place it forward, there is no support. And the weight here, if we there could be too much of tension in our neck to keep our head together. Yeah. Otherwise, it's all less tensed. So what the point is, the more the weight changes, the related tissues have a tension. And that tension could show up as one of the signs of inflammation. Could be sonar. There could be, say, creaky sounds. Say, like in arthritis, the joints are a little aching. For too long, there's been a tension. So there could be sounds, creaky sounds, sonar. There could be rubor. There could be redness. There could be dolor, pain. There could be tumor, swelling of some form. Functional lesser, that part is not functioning as well. It's a little less. Be functional lesser. There could be calor, heat. So there could be any of these signs. And correspondingly, you would take some action to reduce inflammation, to reduce the disease, and move on with doing your activities. Now, what if this head, which is on the neck, and when the head is moving, you can know, oh, the neck is tense. Now, what if this head has nothing else on top? If that is moving, then the head will know the tension. When the head is moving, the neck feels the tension. But what about the tension that's already being experienced by the head? Now, where does that come from? That comes from head being stacked upright against gravity. Now, when there is a change in gravity, say, for example, there is influence of, say, the sun, moon, planets, etc., on the same human body. A tree that is standing really tall gets the effect from the wind, also gets the effect from the different movements, currents in the air, in the atmosphere. Similarly, if we consider ourselves to be like a tree or a building, with the head being the topmost portion. So they say when the moon is moving, the tides in the ocean change. The waves in the ocean are a consequence of the moon tides. Yeah, effects of it. There are other related factors, but that also has an effect on our brain waves, so to speak. We consider that there are several waves. There is reference to 5 kinds of waves: alpha, beta, gamma, theta, delta. Now, as we think, there are different waves by which we think. There could be fast waves, there could be slow waves. When we are sleeping, there's not much function happening. So how our brain waves move is different from, say, when there is a lot of thinking and activity and creativity. It's a different kind of rhythm. And they have an effect on the ease of our head. So there could be inflammation, signs of inflammation about your head without there being, say, a physical muscular tension. There could be muscular tension. For example, you're smiling a lot, yeah? And then you haven't rested your smile muscles. And that affects your skull bones because the skull and your muscles are all related. Yeah, so that could give a tension. Or you're thinking a lot and your brain muscles, so to speak, is tensing on your skull. And that gives a certain migrainous tension, some tension from inside because there's a lot of work happening inside. So there could be a tension that could also give a headache. That could also have signs of inflammation. Sonar, sounds, yeah. The kind of thoughts you have could be tense thoughts. They're also words, but they're also kind of sounds. Whether or not somebody else can hear, you can hear the sounds, your tension. Sonar, rubor, sometimes there's redness, yeah. Dolor, pain. Calor, heat. Functionalesa, not able to think as much, it's a little tense, yeah. So functionalesa, tumor. That could be, say, swelling. Say you have, say, sinusitis, or you have swelling somewhere, eyes, you want to cry, yeah, but you have no reason why you want to cry, because there is emotional tension. There are emotional centers in the brain. For some reason, they are a little inflamed, and you want to just cry or afraid or having different emotions. That could also be a tumor, some kind of a swelling, giving rise to different kind of expressions. The point is to be aware. When you are aware of the signs of inflammation about your head, no matter where the cause of the inflammation is coming from, it could be the moon tides, it could be planets moving, it could be a heavy cloud, yeah, that is thinking of, should I rain, not rain, should I rain, not rain. And so between the, if it's heavy and it's going to rain, there could be thunder, lightning. But in, so to speak, the clouds thinking about raining or not, your brain is going through tension. Yeah, so I'm just giving a random example. No matter where the cause of inflammation is coming from, if you're noticing signs of inflammation, it helps to take care of yourself. Because then, through certain things that you can do in the length of this course, it becomes possible to reduce the inflammation such that this part of the body is functioning healthy, no matter where the cause. And then when there is less tension here, there is less tension here. So the muscles getting tense, physical pain and many kinds of things, and that reduces. When this is not very all inflamed, no signs of inflammation, this part of the body is functioning well. Yeah, because you're all stacked like this. You're like a multi-story building. One affects the other, affects the other. It's like a domino effect. Yeah. So top down, little by little, we will begin to start addressing the different kinds of inflammation or different kinds of dis-ease, lack of ease. And over time, we will begin to start addressing disease of any kinds. But inflammation, recognizing signs of inflammation is a good start to begin to get healthier, weller, feel our well-being, a sense of wellness becomes better. Thank you so much for your interest.